back to my channel. As you can tell by the title, I'm going to be doing the all about my snake bites. I put a little poll thing on Instagram, and pretty much out of the people that responded, which was actually quite a few of you, which I was impressed with because, well, but everyone pretty much said that they wanted to see it. So I do have like some notes written down because this video might be all over the place, but like, sorry. Just gonna start off pretty much with when I got them and, you know, that whole experience, the pain level, all of that, and then just kind of try and go throughout the months until, you know, where I am today. I'm about 13 months, so like just over a year with having them. So yeah, let's just get started. Okay, so I did get them May 21st in 2019, so it was on a Tuesday because I ended up going to Screaming Needle, and on Tuesdays, if you don't know, they do like a 2 for $30 deal. So obviously I was like, yes, hello. Snake bites are considered a 2 for $30 because technically one is just like a labret piercing, but I wanted both, so it's 2 for $30. So he ended up doing my right side and then my left side. He had me lay down, and obviously he had already like marked like in that little purple pen like where they went, and I looked at them and they were even, they were all good. So I was like, yeah, okay, great. Say like from being, you know, 1 being the least to 10 being like the most on a like pain scale, I would say that my right side was like a 3. It wasn't anything like holy shit, like that fucking hurt, but like there was a little more of like a pinch going through the skin. And then when he went on to my left side, I would say that was like a 5 out of 10. And then realizing it afterwards, like throughout the days, it's because he actually pierced them like different. Like when he like put the little dots on there, they were even. That's why I was like, okay, like good to go. But then when he pierced them, he must have just fucked up. I mean, it's not awful. People can't tell when I have short horseshoes in, but when I had just like the straight bar, like you could tell that there was like a difference in them. So why it hurt, I'm guessing, is because this one was a little lower. It was in the more like the thinner part of my lip, as of this one, because it was higher up, it was getting to like that thicker part. So I think that's why, because it had to go through a bit more. Now, literally after we got done at Screaming Needle, we went to the mall and we went to go eat some Chinese food. Let me tell you something. My lips are definitely swollen. Obviously that is expected. Your lips are gonna swell. It's gonna feel weird. And it was really hard to talk for a second. Like I had to get used to like having something right there in my mouth, and obviously like my mouth was swollen, my fucking bottom lip. And so like talking, I was like, what am I doing? And so when we went to go eat, it was really weird because like my mouth was swollen and I was like, oh, like how do I put food in my mouth now? And obviously it's like you want to try and be as clean about it as you can, but we were having Chinese food, so it was, you know, orange chicken and all that, so it was kind of all over the place. So I didn't really eat much because when I did eat, I had to eat very slowly because obviously I got them done literally within 10-15 minutes before, which probably wasn't the smartest idea to eat like right away afterwards, but like I'm me and I don't make the best choices. I basically just tried eating and I noticed, and I just thought maybe it's because my lips are really swollen, that I would bite down like on the piercing because I don't have straight bars in, but you know, it's just a straight bar, and obviously it's like longer. I don't know centimeters and widths and all that shit. I just know like the gauge of my piercings, which is 16 gauge for all of them. But I just thought, okay, because the bar is longer, my lips are swollen, that when I would eat, sometimes like, because it was just like right here, like in the way, I mostly bit down on this one, that my mouth would like, my teeth would like bite on it, and I was like, fuck, that hurt. So I was just trying to be very careful and eat very slowly. Like I couldn't, you know, eat like normal. It was just very awkward to like eat. Like it was just weird. So okay, moving on with the days, you know, trying to get used to them. Lips are still swollen. That's okay. And then one day, one night, I was, you know, everyone fucking plays with new piercings, okay? I still play with them. I can't fucking help it. And so we basically ended up, we were sleeping on the couch, and I was just and I was playing with it, and I could tell it was like loose. Like I could just tell that there was something weird with it, like, cause you know when you have like the ball, you can feel like the ball kind of on like the outer, you know, like on your lip, and I wasn't feeling that. So then that's when I put my hand up to it, and I was like, shit, like where the fuck is my fucking ball? Well, it being very small, it poof, gone. So that is when I ended up actually having to change into my horseshoes, because that is the only jewelry that was like available to me at the time. Like I didn't have any other straight bars and shit like that. And so I ended up having this one, and then when I got like more, like it was like the day after or whatever, we ended up going and getting my jewelry because I was using someone else's. That basically these ones, the ones that I have in my lips today, are the ones that we ended up putting in my lips. So this one, it had the straight bar in, we took it out, and I used a friend's, and she pretty much put that one, she put hers in for me, but like it didn't match this set, so then we basically had to change it again, and then obviously change this one, and this side hurt a lot more, and I think it was just because it's just higher in the lips, so it hurts a bit more because it's just so much more, yeah. So pretty much with only within like the first week of getting them done, I have healed with these ones in, these exact jewelry, like these ones, horseshoes, in my mouth since my first week. So I'm really sorry to those of you who like are like, oh, like you wanted to know more about like how they healed with a straight bar. But I guess I'm gonna give you like the whole insight to how they heal with horseshoes. Like, and let me tell you, it's not fucking fun. Oh, another thing is that obviously the swelling and the eating, but no matter what, whether it was my horseshoes or the bars, I had to be very careful with clothes. Even today, even though them being healed and shit like that, you still want to be careful with your clothing, like, you know, taking your shirt off or putting shirts on, because you just, I still today, I'm like, because if it gets fucking stuck on anything, you're gonna fucking hate yourself. I have gotten clothes stuck a couple times, like on my eyebrow piercing, not so much on my septum, but like I've had shit get like hooked. Even sometimes my hair will like get hooked on my fucking jewelry. It's just, I don't know. Obviously sleeping is not an issue unless you're a stomach sleeper. You might not want to do that because having your face shoved into a pillow is probably not the best idea and probably won't be comfortable. But I'm a side and kind of ish back sleeper, mostly more of a side sleeper, so the sleeping didn't really bother me. Clothes, just be careful no matter what. You don't want to like pull on anything. Cleaning, I did use this, it was called like just antibacterial soap, and then with a Q-tip, and I would take like a little like water bottle cap. Okay, this isn't the right, this is a pop-up, but you know, a normal just water bottle cap, and put a little bit of water in there, like kind of like lukewarm water, put a couple squirts, take the Q-tip, mix it so it got like soapy antibacterial water and stuff like that. And that's pretty much what I use on the outside. I did it for all my piercings, and then I use just mouthwash for the inside of my mouth. And yeah, obviously brushing your teeth helps. I mean, brushing your teeth is that's something you should do anyways, so it keeps everything like cleaned. And another thing that people might have a concern or question about is kissing. Yes, I kissed my boyfriend at the time, completely fine. Just don't like be making out because like there is a thing called bacteria. I mean, saliva and all that. You be careful. Be careful. Otherwise it could get infected and all that. But there was not like an issue kissing him. Of course, your lips are still kind of like sore, so just be like gentle with it. Now if they have lip piercings, you might want to be really careful with that because you don't want them like getting hooked, or just depending on the jewelry you and your partner, or you know, just what y'all have. But no, kissing isn't a problem. Just be cautious of like bacteria and stuff like that. But you know, I love kissing him, so I did it all the time. So because I had to switch to horseshoe, and obviously like my lips are trying to like heal still, like it just like to my lips, it's like it's injured, something's wrong. So it's like trying to heal. But because I had these in my lips and my lips were swollen, it was so swollen that it would like, you know, push against. So my swollenness would like, oh, focus, it would like, you know, be pressed against it and almost try and like heal over the piercing, if that makes sense. But it wasn't like, it didn't actually heal over the piercing, obviously, but because it was almost like trying to, but it couldn't, it just kept digging, like, you know, like I kept digging into my skin because my skin was swollen, and because it wasn't having that room that it should have with a straight bar, it was just starting to put like splits in my lip. Yeah. That's not fun. And it happened for months. Pretty much through a huge majority of my healing process, because I didn't have straight bar for a really long time. Now I have like 2 straight bar, like different ones. But the only reason I ended up actually getting straight bar jewelry was because my mom wanted me to change them in October for my senior pictures. So I did change them, but I started noticing it probably within the first month afterwards. It wasn't very long that I started noticing splits started happening. And I was just thinking, fuck, this is not gonna be fun at all. And so I just tried cleaning them the best that I could, but just, it would create such this divot, this like hole, this like, you know, where it like sat in my mouth. I just had splits on both sides, and they would heal to a certain point and feel better, and then the other side would do it, and then the other, you know, and then they would like keep altering what one had like a split in it, and then sometimes they would both, and it was so painful. Like, I can't even describe to you how bad it fucking hurts sometimes, because my mouth would keep getting swollen, like my lips, and it was never infected. It was just because there was like a split in my lip, you know. It's kind of like you like cut your arm and then you have to, it has to like heal, but it wasn't, because these kept rubbing because I didn't have other jewelry. But I ended up not really caring for the straight bar anyways, because having a straight bar, I was scared, because even in October when I didn't have as much as getting ahead of myself. Even in October when I didn't have a lot of swelling, I still noticed I kept biting on the jewelry. It was just like in the way with me eating. I had to be really careful, and I was not liking it. So I just was scared, like, am I gonna like chip a fucking tooth? Am I gonna break it? And I didn't, because I bit on it so much, and it obviously fucking hurts, like it's metal in your fucking mouth. And I didn't, and because like the flat end on a straight bar was obviously rubbing against my teeth, like with these, obviously they don't even touch my teeth, that I was just kind of like scared. I'm like, I don't want over time to kind of like fuck with my teeth, and I don't want to accidentally bite on it too hard that it like chips one of my tooth, whether it's the bottom or the top. And I was just like, fuck. So I obviously always kept these, because I'm like, it's either not the ones that I don't really like, and I always wanted horseshoes to begin with, so like, but the healing process, fuck no. There was just some nights where I would lay in bed and I would literally start crying because how bad my mouth hurt. I would take pain pills all the time, which is not good for you, but I would do it all the time because my mouth hurt so fucking bad. I didn't want to talk sometimes. I just wanted to lay there and cry, and I would sometimes. I would just lay there and be like, what did I do to myself? But I still loved them no matter what, because I have wanted these since I was 13. And my parents, I don't even remember. I think I was just scrolling through social media, and I was just like, what is that? She's pretty. I want those. And so realizing, oh, they were snake bites. So like literally just like until I got 18, my parents were like, they didn't care what I did to like my ears or anything like that. But I'm not really an ear person, sorry. But I am slowly but surely going to like expand in like ear piercings and stuff. But basically, when I turned 18, I ended up getting my like state ID and stuff like that, because no, I don't have my license yet. I know, boo. But yeah, so being 18, I pretty much just was like, well, I can get them now. I waited 5 years, and that is exactly what I did. 2-3 weeks later, after my birthday's May 4th, so what, 17, 18, 19, 20, 20, yeah, like 17 days later, so like 2.5 weeks later, because I had to wait until it was a Tuesday, my boyfriend at the time ended up taking me to Screaming Needle, and I got them done. I love it. And I love them. When I actually ended up changing during October for 3 weeks, when I changed from my horseshoes to my straight bar for like my senior pictures and stuff, I wanted to keep them in longer than actually 3 weeks, just because I still had like such bad splitting. I figured, you know, having the straight bar would help them. But I noticed that because I had the splits in my lip, and that the back end, the part that's in your mouth, like the flat end, was like sucking into my fucking split. So that was still fucking hurting me, and I'm like, I can't win. And I just was like, I don't like it because I'm still biting on them, and they're just a fucking pain in the ass. So I changed to my straight bar to my horseshoe, which I have a video on. So if you guys want to go check out the me changing my straight bar to the horseshoe, it's on my channel if you want to go see that. It's obviously back in October. And obviously ever since like that video, they've still been in my lips. And I just suffered with the fucking splitting. I was so like stubborn. I was like, I don't want to fucking take them out because I have been waiting 5 years to have them. It's like I either fucking wait it out and just see like if they're gonna get better and just heal with them in. And eventually they did. I would say because my right side was always still like ahead in the healing process than my left side was. My left side just, it always had the most trouble. Sometimes today it still has a little bit of trouble. Obviously, like I can touch them, do that. And I think this one's easier. Like I could just move it like that with my tongue, but this one, I can, but sometimes it takes me a second because it's up more, so it's just a little more stubborn on this side than it is on my right side. December is when I started noticing a change with both of them, that they were really trying to get better. But my right side within January is when it finally like healed and I could just play with it, and it just stopped like splitting. It stopped hurting. Like it this side is the side that actually, I don't really know if I can like show you guys. Sorry, let me see if, oh, that is bright. Hold on. Can you guys kind of see how there's like a little bit of like the split and stuff. Do you guys want that much lighting? I don't really know. But there's still like a little bit of a scar like where the split kind of happened on that side, and I think because it's lower that there was just, I don't know, it just left a scar. I don't really have a scar or anything on my left side, but my right side, sorry, I have like something in my fucking eye. Maybe it's all the makeup. I'm like, it's inside my mouth. I don't really give a shit though. There's like a little scar indent of where it was and stuff. So yeah, it still kind of like just sits there. I mean, it's like healed, like it doesn't hurt. It's completely fine. So my right one started actually healing and being okay in January. And then because this one was still always behind, I could tell it was really like, I'm on the struggle bus, but I'm getting there. And it did. I would say probably within like a month later, February, yeah, it was probably like within a month behind. So yeah, within then February, I noticed that this one actually started healing. Sometimes this one I can tell still gets bothered sometimes, but it's not like it doesn't split, doesn't do any of that. So I would say I am a fucking badass bitch. First of all, because I got 4 piercings fucking done at once, but going through months and months of literally having split lips, and it stung. Like they stung, I couldn't move them, it hurt to fucking eat sometimes. It was not a fun time. Like I do not recommend having your fucking mouth heal with horseshoes, but of course, if you are someone you're gonna like fucking stick it out and be a bad bitch, and you want to go through all of that because maybe you're like me and you're like, well, first of all, you just like horseshoes, or you are kind of like afraid of having your straight bar like biting on them and fucking up your teeth or having a scratch and yeah, all that shit. Maybe I can hear piercers be like, no, why are you telling them that? No. I mean, honestly, don't, but I can't, y'all do you. Yeah, I don't recommend it, but yes, after months and months and months of the suffering and the pain, they're okay. I can touch them, play with them. They are wonderful. I'll show you guys actually, because I notice all the time when I'm like out places, people will literally stare at me from across the room, like at a restaurant or in the store or whatever, when I put on any like lip stuff, like most likely lip gloss with me, because I don't really care for lipstick. Sometimes I'll just tell you this part and then I'll show you the second part. Sometimes I will just put it like right here, swipe on the sides, and then my top. And then other times I'll just completely move them. And because this is higher up, it pulls down. You can see like a little divot. It pulls down on my lip a little. The whole time I've been looking at the viewfinder, so if I'm like this and not like, hey, it's fine, because I can't like not look at myself. Yeah, being like now, I'm happy that I was able to really like get myself through it, because there was some times where they hurt so bad, I'm like, I think I'm gonna have to fucking take them out, and I don't want to take them out. Like, I tried forever to just tell myself, don't fucking take them out. Like, you can do this, bitch. You can fucking do this. You get through it. And I did, and I am happy with myself, because all of my piercings, they like are a part of me now, and it's so weird when I like go and change any of them, because I'm like, whoa, you're not in my face anymore, and it feels weird without them, you know. When you first get piercings, or if you're thinking about getting them, it's just you soon like will just adapt to them, and they'll just kind of like become a part of you, and they have for me. Like, I love every single one of them, and I still plan on keeping them for quite a few years from now. They are all my babies. Literally obviously my favorites are my snake bites. Within 8-9 months was my healing process. So if you want to go like, we'll say like 9 months, like a whole fucking pregnancy. It's like a pregnancy for your lips of healing. That sounds fucking weird, but if you want to go like a whole term, then be my guest. Thank you guys so much for watching this video, and if you want to see all about my septum or all about my eyebrow piercing, then I will go ahead and make those. If you guys just want to comment down below for that video, like asking for it, or if you guys just want to like DM me on Instagram, and my Instagram is in the description box below. So yeah, if I missed out on anything, or if you guys have questions or want me to like go in a little deeper with detail, then you can comment down below, and I will try my best to answer you and give you that information. So once again, thank you so much for watching. If you liked it, please give a big thumbs up and hit that subscribe button, because like, yeah. We'll see you in my next video. Bye guys.